Hi there. It's June 23rd and time for Proverbs 23. So we're right in the middle of our 30 wise sayings that we are supposed to memorize. Keep them ready on our lips at all times. Right? We did 5 yesterday. Simple ones. Most of these are common sense, right? But it's good information. This would be number 6, I think. When you sit down to dine with a ruler, consider carefully what is before you and put a knife to your throat if you are a man of great appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for it is deceptive food. Right? There's notes over here. Eat with sobriety. Right? Bridle thine appetite, as it were, by force and violence. Steve. For oft times are rich when they bid their inferiors to the table. It is not for the love they bear them, but for their own secret purposes. Right. You sit down to dine with the ruler, consider carefully what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you're a man of great appetite. It's deceptive food. Usually, now, with rulers, I mean, we don't deal with rulers and kings and presidents and stuff, but if a prospective employer were to invite you out to lunch, let's have lunch here and we'll talk about the position that's open. Okay. They're going to see, okay, company's paying for it. They're going to see what you order, how you eat. They're going to see if you're ravenous, but they're especially going to test your attitude. They're going to watch how you treat the wait staff. Okay. They look at small things like if you put salt on your food or season it before tasting it, that tells them that you are not open to new ideas, right? And not willing to listen to other people. If you look down on the wait staff, he might have them purposely drop a napkin or drop a fork or something just to see your reaction. Okay. He's looking for, oh, you okay? Let me help you with that. Okay. He's not looking for, what kind of waiter are you? That. Okay. It's all deceptive. Right? Remember that. A little bit. Be nice and kind to everybody. Right? Good advice. Okay. The next one, 4 and 5. Do not weary yourself to gain wealth. Cease from your consideration of it. When you set your eyes on it, it is gone. For wealth certainly makes itself wings like an eagle and flies towards the heavens. Cease it from thy wisdom. Bestow not the gifts that God hath given thee to get worldly riches. Right? Don't use your heavenly gifts to get worldly riches. Okay? If you spent your whole life trying to get rich, you will look back on on a very wasted life. Say, I missed my family. I missed good times. I missed times where I could have been doing things. No, it was all about getting rich. And then it's gone. Okay, next one. Do not eat the bread of a selfish man or desire his delicacies, for as he thinks within himself, so he is. Right? He says to you, eat and drink, but his heart is not with you. You will vomit up the morsel you have eaten and waste your compliments. Right? You can tell a selfish person because they're always going to tell you what something costs. Okay? And they're going to say it in a way that you can tell they're worried about it. This evil eye over here, right? That is covetous as contrary as a good eye is taken for generosity. Basically, selfish guy, you can tell they're always going to tell you something costs. If you go to somebody's, house for a barbecue, come on over for a barbecue, we'll have a good time. He's putting steaks on the grill. He's going, do you believe steaks cost $23 a pound now? That's ridiculous. Wow. And in a 12-pack of drinks, $20. $20. I remember when it was 4. And inside, he's calculating to himself, man, this is going to cost me a fortune. How am I going to recover from this? But he's saying on the outside, eat, drink, have a good time. But his mood is going to just change everything, and it's going to make you sick. Okay. You don't want to hang out with people like that. Okay. 9. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. Right. Ears. Speak not in the ears of a fool. You know who these people are, okay? Just don't even try to talk to them. It doesn't work, okay? Probably get hurt. They'll despise you. They'll call you names. This is not about truth for them. It's not about truth. It's about what they believe. Okay. 10 and 11. Do not move the ancient boundary or go into the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer is strong, or he will plead their case against you. And he already said this, right? Don't move an ancient boundary stone your father set up. Especially take care of the widows and the fatherless, widows and orphans. 12, a simple one. Apply your heart to discipline and your ears to words of knowledge. You do that? Discipline, that's the Bible, right? This is all it says. Read your Bible. Mm-hmm. And the next one. Do not hold back discipline from the child. Although you strike him with the rod, he will not die. You shall strike him with the rod and rescue his soul from Sheol or hell. Right? Hell, right over here. Destruction. Don't be afraid to spank your kids when they're young, okay? Kids are born with a sinful nature. Okay, you need to remove that. You need to teach them the good stuff, or they will only know the sinful nature that they're born with. Okay? Say, a lot of people, children are born innocent. Well, innocent of the worldly law, but they have a sinful nature, okay? Nobody teaches your child how to lie, okay? That's inbred. That's inborn, from being born in the world. Remove that from them. Or they turn into these teenagers and these young adults that are out there causing all this trouble. And they're going to end up in trouble because you didn't teach them when they were young. Okay. Next one, my son, if your heart is wise, my heart will also be glad, and my inmost being will rejoice when your lips speak what is right. Okay. Now that's attached right to this one, right? Don't hold back discipline from the child. If you spank him, he's not going to die, right? You will actually be rescuing him from hell. My son, if your heart is wise from discipline, right? My heart will also be glad. And my inmost being, the kidneys, my kidneys will rejoice when your lips speak what is right. Right? That's what we all want, right? Want your kids to be wise. Okay, 17 and 18. Don't let your heart envy sinners, but live in the fear of the Lord always. Surely there is a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Right? Don't let your heart envy sinners. You see these multi-billionaire people, and you're envy. Oh, the stars, right? All the singing stars that have everything. Most of them are attached to Satan. You know that, right? Satan he is the finest musician ever created. That was his job. He was the most beautiful angel created. His name was Lucifer. He could play any instrument. He could sing any song, right? He could lead choirs. Music was his thing. So when he was cast down to earth, right, music was his thing. And he still uses that to this day, right? Leads a lot of people astray. People envy those sinners. Right? Live in the fear of the Lord always. Surely there is a future, a latter end. Hope will not be cut off. The prosperity of the wicked shall not continue. Important stuff. Okay, 19, 20, 21. Listen, my son, and be wise, and direct your heart in the way. Bible, following the Lord Jesus, that's the way. Okay, is the way. Observation of God's commandments. Do not be with heavy drinkers of wine or gluttonous eaters of meat, for the heavy drinker and the glutton will come to poverty, and drowsiness will clothe one in rags. Drowsiness, laziness. Right? Teach them not to hang out with those kind of people. Okay, 23. Listen to your father who begot you, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy truth and do not sell it. Get wisdom and instruction and understanding. Right? You get all that from the Bible and from wise people. Right? What's this notice over here? Buy the truth. Spare no cost for truth's sake, neither depart from it for any gain. Right? You should buy truth. You should not sell it. You should give it. Okay? There are people out there today. They charge people for their knowledge. For only $19, I'll tell you how to do such and such. Okay? First off, if they're doing that, they're making money not by doing what they're claiming they're doing. They're doing money by charging you. Okay? Don't sell it. Don't sell wisdom. Okay, 24 and 25. The father of the righteous will greatly rejoice, and he who sires a wise son will be glad in him. Let your father and your mother be glad, and let her rejoice who gave you birth. Right? Make your parents proud. Okay? Can you do that? Make your parents proud. Okay. I'm not sure if these go together or not, but give me your heart, my son, and let your eyes delight in my ways. For a harlot is a deep pit, and an adulterous woman is a narrow well. Surely she lurks as a robber, and increases the faithless among men. There are people you are to stay away from. Right? Married women are one of them. Okay? Will only get you in trouble. A whore is a deep pit, is a deep ditch, and the strange woman is a narrow pit. Okay. Harlots and adulterous women, or call them whores over here. Two different things. Okay. A harlot or whore is not married. They're usually selling themselves, right? Often to feed themselves and to pay their bills and stuff. An adulterous woman is a married woman who is unhappy, right? You need to stay away from both of those, right? Get you in trouble. Okay, now the rest of this chapter, 29 through 35, is a testimony about alcoholism, okay? Having a drink is not a bad thing, okay? They all drank wine and mixed wine. Getting drunk and getting attached to it is a bad thing, okay? So we'll read this. It's all about alcoholism, okay? Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has contentions? Who has complaining? Who has wounds without cause? Right? They wake up and where did this bruise come from? They don't know. Who has redness of eyes? Those who linger over wine, those who go to taste mixed wine. Do not look on the wine when it is red, when it sparkles in the cup, when it goes down smoothly. At the last, it bites like a serpent and stings like a viper. Your eyes will see strange things, and your mind will utter perverse things, right? Try to talk to a drunk person, and you will be like one who lies down in the middle of the sea, or like one who lies down on the top of a mast. Right? They struck me, but I did not become ill. They beat me, but I did not know it. When shall I wake? I will seek another drink. Seeing people get drunk and they wake up the next morning, feel like they've gotten hit by a truck, okay? And where did these bruises come? Why do they Somebody beat me to death, but I don't have any marks or bruises, right? Alcohol does that. It's a good interpretation or a good picture of what alcoholism does. Yeah. There you go. That's Proverbs 23. We can go over all these. We can basically touch on them. Let's jump over to yesterday where they started at. Okay. First 5 were don't rob the poor because they're poor. Right? Don't associate with people given to anger, a man given to anger. Right? Do not be among those who give pledges and become guarantors for debts. Don't co-sign for loans. Don't move the ancient boundary. Right? Do you see a man skilled in his work? He will stand before kings. Okay? An important one today. When you sit down to dine with a ruler, consider carefully what is before you and put a knife to your throat if you're a man of great appetite. You are there only for them to test you. Right? It is not a ruler or a very important person's nature to invite a lower person to a meal without a reason. It's deceptive food. Don't wear yourself out trying to get rich. Okay? Just don't even try. Cease from your consideration of it. Right? You want just enough. And if there's extra, you help the poor. Okay? And if you help the poor, there will always be extra. Okay? Just enough. Give us this day our daily bread. This wealth goes away. Okay? It is gone. Okay? Do not eat the bread of a selfish man or desire his delicacies. They think within themselves. They're always inwardly calculating the cost of things. Right? He tells you eat and drink, but his heart's not in it. It'll just make you sick. You'll waste your compliments. Okay? It's easy to tell a stingy man. Like I said, they're gonna tell you what everything costs. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool. He will despise the wisdom of your words. Don't try and talk to these people, and you know who they are. Okay? Prideful, arrogant, haughty. Don't move an ancient boundary. Again, he said this, right? Apply your heart to discipline and your ears to words of knowledge. Read the Bible. Do not hold back discipline from your kids. If you spank them, they will not die. Spanking them will rescue them from hell, right? And the result, my son, if your heart is wise, my heart will also be glad, and my inmost being will rejoice. When your lips speak what is right, that's what we want our kids to do. Right? Don't let your heart envy sinners, but live in the fear of the Lord always. Surely there is a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Don't let your heart envy sinners. And you know who they are. They're all over the TV and don't hang out with alcoholics and gluttons, partiers, okay? Don't hang out with partiers. You just end up nowhere. Okay? Listen to your father who begot you and do not despise your mother when she is old. And these could be different ones, okay? I put them one, I can't count them right. So, buy the truth and do not sell it. Likewise, wisdom, instruction, and understanding. I think those are different. Let's change this just for kicks, okay? Because we talked about this. Buy the truth. Do not sell your truth. Don't be one of these guys that are, right, walking around with a wireless mic saying, you can be rich, you can be happy, you can be this if you only do what I say, and for $19.95, I'll tell you how. Right? I'm selling wisdom. Right? Buy truth. Do not sell it. Okay. The father of the righteous will greatly rejoice when he sires a son who is a wise son who will be glad in him. Just a statement of fact. Right? You want your kids to be wise. Okay. Give me your heart, my son, and let your eyes delight in my ways, for a harlot, prostitute, is a deep pit, an adulterous woman is a narrow well. Surely she lurks as a robber and increases the faithless among men. And then we won't go over this whole thing again. Alcoholism. Okay. They struck me and I did not become ill. They beat me and I did not know it. Hangovers. Okay. So there you go. That is Proverbs 23. And we're still into the 30 wise sayings. And I think they will conclude tomorrow. So, because chapter 25 starts the King Hezekiah's men's Proverbs that they copied down themselves. So this and tomorrow will be the last one Solomon wrote until you get to 31. And then Solomon wrote that one. So there you go. That's cool. Stay tuned later today. We are going through the book of Acts. We're on day 174, I believe. Right. Doing their thing. We're deep into the story. So stay tuned for that. Give us a like if you think about it. And we'll continue this tomorrow. See you then.